Wiki is the motherfucking underdog of the season right now. What is this broken love, Rock Marciano pimp shit, bro? This fucking beat. This is the type of confidence that only comes with experience. It's so New York. What's going on, guys? It's the motherfucking kid. Here we are again with Wiki and Navy Blue. Well, Wiki produced by Navy Blue, but still. What a weird combination I was not expecting, but I'm here for it. Before I begin, I do want to say I'm going to be releasing my single out pretty soon. This is the cover for the project. It's gonna be super tight. Make sure and like and subscribe. Be on the lookout for that.
You start to get him stressed. Time was well spent, but I'm held back. I'm tearing down the bricks so I can see the skeleton. New York will make a six-pack and a pair of kicks. Shit, only use for your opposable thumbs is to dispose of your ones. They saying I ain't getting fly too, but on a budget. Not remembering from what and plus you was too cussed. Sussed out, woke up, don't know where you was. Enough covered in the club. Time to finally find something you love. I've been rummaging, wondering what. Think I saw.
So immediately you see the Navy Blue influence on this. Not just like, obviously because he's producing it, but the way that he's approaching the track, it's more abstract. I know Wiki from Rat King, so Rat King had, it was experimental in its own way, but it kind of still had like traditional hip hop structure where you could tell what the chorus is, what the different verses are. This was more like what the underground's been doing, what Ka does, what MF Doom does. Like just bars, 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 no fucking chorus. The big difference between like what MF Doom and Ka does and what Wiki's doing here, like just to put it lightly, I think Doomverse is kind of like impeccable. You can't really take out stuff, and it's still like the Doomverse. With this, I feel like you kind of can. There's a little bit of like, I don't want to say filler, but not trimmed out to where it's like, okay, this is the verse. It felt a little run on in a way. I like the introspective approach that he's taking to this. Questioning what have I become, all this shit. I like the outro too. But yeah, I don't think there was a crazy bar that made me think like, wow, that fucking blew my mind or some shit like that.
My own private vacation, hyper when the light graced me. From looking at the cityscape, is it a simulation? In the middle of the city in isolation. Some see it solely for the taking. See the only course to take to make it better for I'm gone and wasted. Didn't play GTA and in the Big Apple. Isn't it amazing? But it doesn't matter. Nothing in this city sacred. I'm not gonna hate it. I'll tolerate it. But just know, I'm the one that gotta save it. As do I really want shows to come back? I don't know. That's the only time I feel real. The times when I rap. Otherwise, he can get me this cash. I do not know. I'm stuck in a bind. No matter, turn my roof to a church. Pray for him. I even jerked off up there. Should've gave warning. I stayed watching porn since the day I was born. Even done more. Worse, I paid for it. I need to be sworn. Feel my head. Shit, I feel horns. I hope that they wasn't made for him. I hope it's just a bump on the head from the times I bumped the mic on my head when I was touring. Back on my roof and ain't shit boring. When the breeze hits and the weather's gorgeous, you know where I'll be. Atop my fortress. You ain't gotta see it, you can hear the portrait. And then the wind hits, filling me with endorphins.
This song right here is fucking impeccable. This song is fucking beautiful. There's so much in here that I want to talk about. I love this whole romanticization of New York, but he's kind of like destroying it in a sense too. He's saying like, I don't fucking love it. I just gotta tolerate it. Questioning of like, do I want to travel? Do I want to actually get back out there and do shows? It's fucking beautiful. Like all artists, kind of all people that make their living off shows, live shows. It's a weird position they're in, like where coronavirus kind of like has stopped them from getting the bag, and now like, what do? It's kind of like confirmational bias. Do you go with the set of beliefs that enable you to keep getting the money, to keep living the lifestyle, but like you endanger people? Or do you go with the set of beliefs that like you kind of feel is right, but would fuck you negatively? It would fuck you personally. It's a weird position. Always going back to the roof too. It's so fucking conceptual. I think my favorite imagery is when he's got the horns on his head and he's like, fuck, I just hope that's a bump on my head from the times I bumped it with the mic when I was touring. This whole fucking song is perfect. I think this is my favorite Wiki song I've ever heard.
Blue, you can call me baby blue or forest green. It's what you prefer. Neither bother me. Made a new perfume in my laboratory where I store my weed. Pour 40s out in every mortuary or morgue I be. But there's more to me. I do it for the glory, for the Lord. He do it for the cream. Cause ain't no story for to me. Obviously, women talk right, don't talk the way that they see when I make a remark, I remark remarkably. I remark remarkably. When I make spark blood, walking out your face, blood talk is cheap. When I make a remark.
Oh my fucking god. This fucking flow right here. This fucking shit right here is so fucking fire. It reminds me of John Wayne, but like Rock Marciano at the same time. It's so fucking slick.
In print, shit since high school we had some fame. The type I gained, not the type that got a time frame. Never wanted the type then all the way downtown to mine where baby mama stayed and watched the drama play out like a soap opera. Hey, baby, cool it down before I'm forced to walk away. You wanna see when I make a remarkably. When I make a remarkably. Don't start with me. You got the heart to spark with me. Poking out your face, but the talk is cheap. When I make a remark.
Bro, my fucking god, this fucking shit's fire right now. I really want to know how this collab happened. Like, did he get a beat from Navy Blue? Navy was like, oh shit, let me make more for you, bro. Or like, they just like met up in New York. Like, it's so weird that these two would be coming together. This is probably the most accessible track so far, just because it's got like a great chorus and like the verses flow really fucking great. But yeah, it feels like a weird combination is starting to happen. Like the project seems to be like getting better and better. It's great.
This alone, but this is so long. Big Brody like how Oppa is the Momo. My Jamaican man's deliver me the homegrown. I put my heart on the line. I like counting blackbirds. I roam the course. The love I give is transferred. When I was born, my mama said I didn't hurt. My father scorned. Taught me how to love the earth. How to love me first. Live a living curse. To feel lovely. Word. Moving swiftly down this road of life. Another turn. Another.
So sad that I didn't hurt. See with Carlos, it was.
Navy's kind of talking about his family. You know, we can't do this alone. The name of the track, obviously, it's very cool. It's fucking dope that he's producing for Wiki. I feel like a lot of people would consider Navy Blue a better rapper than Wiki, at least like with the bars. You know, Navy Blue's probably coming with more fucking conceptual, insightful, deep bars. One could argue. So it just feels really cool, the chemistry too in the video. It's just like they're homies, they're just chilling out, they're on some steps, and Wiki's just like eating, drinking some shit.
Was too late, ready to burst out the belly, ready to immerse myself in the world, collect me some turf. Put a Wiki flag in the dirt and went to work. Was stuck in the crib, went berserk. I'm on a journey still. Stage gave me what I need to continue to tell. Bad or good, everything I've been through, and that's all I can see. If it divorce me, force the wrong weed, get some cuspies. No, I flew in front of the priest, not likely the game got me. So spot me like my IP, and I'm a ride or die for the game. That's my wifey.
Again, you know, talking about the family. I really like that little montage of his pictures growing up, you know, and how you can't really tell him anything. Don't question it if he does need a drink, you know, because you don't know what he's been through. I love the ending of it, how it ends with the track kind of distorting because he's in the building, and then he opens the roof, and it's like, you know, it just ends with like very serene. Again, going back to the roof is this place of contemplation for him. I'm guessing during coronavirus, it was kind of like the only place you could really go in a big city to like feel the air and not feel like you were compromising someone or something.
To listen, slightly pretentious, but she gets it when she heard my songs. She bop along, want a little bit of me, she took it literally, and she gripped my knee. Eyes locked for what seemed hard, torn apart piece by piece. But Cupid's aim right and my game tight. We made love the same night. Stayed up, stared in each other's eyes till the next bout. Back to her house, you see how it played out. Wait, this shit got serious. This you? I think you the one for me. I got booted by like 3, but I grew and I could see what you doing, girl. You doing it for me. If I could just get through to you, you would see. I got booted by like 3, but I grew and I could see what you doing, girl. You doing it for me. If I could just get through to you, you would see.
Bro, what's up with Wiki? Oh my fucking god, this man is killing everything. This fucking love song is so great. I love the chorus. Like, I got booted by like 3, but I grew, I learned, you know, like, people can change, man, you know, like, people can grow, and it's not a fucking, like, perfect relationship. It's not like, oh, we fucking first met when we were young, and we stayed together for, like, forever. It's not some Cinderella fucking story. It's, like, real life. It's real shit. It's dope.
Then she took a breath, said, but I'm alive. Don't know if you want to cuff, I want. Trust me, you kidding me? I'd be lucky. We can make it public or can keep it cutty. Sure to you, I think you the one for me. I got booted by like 3, but I grew and I could see what you doing, girl. You doing it for me. If I could just get through to you, you would see.
What is this broken love, Rock Marciano pimp shit, bro? This fucking beat. So New York. It's so fucking representative of everything underground too. Wiki. This man just went like Super Saiyan. I don't know what the fuck just happened. He evolved so fucking fast.
Yeah, since a wide smile do. Before he got dialed into this wild like a crime he knew. The kid was good at what he do. He finally found a clue. An older dude didn't have a clue. Whatever they do won't be vile. They can reconcile. Came, but that was not the case. He was lost before his life was lost that day. He betrayed his family. Now he don't even got a grave. But now the kid's getting made off with everything older dude tried to take.
This shit reminds me of Ka a lot. Also, like, some Wu-Tang shit a little bit. Especially the way this guy's voice came in. It almost sounded like a sample of some sort. So I was like, oh, what's the sample from? And it took me a while to realize that this is the verse. I really love that last line. Oh, he's getting made now. He got it made with everything the older dude, what did it say? With everything the older dude tried to take. I like that they're both, both verses are kind of like stories of kind of like betrayal in a sense, but like they both end very differently. Like one of them, he does do it, he betrays his friend to like climb up the ladder, but then the second one, he can't do it, and it's like left in a standoff, and the cops show up. Great storytelling. There's great storytelling in this album so far. This is like really real hip-hop, quote unquote.
Of society, I need to keep it realer. Leave everything on the beat that they need the issue. They don't know what you've been through. Now it's teaming. My aim, what I came for with the God. Here, let me put you on. Bless them with flames, dip them in.
Every time I hear someone say Fredo, I think of fucking the brother of the governor of New York, Cuomo, something. I don't know. Like when someone called him a Fredo, he's like, I'm not a fucking Fredo. I'm not a Fredo.
Stop reading if you're capable and able. I'm seeing to it that you got a seat in my table. But it all depends upon rolling the dice, spinning the dreidel. How's it all up and up with things just a bit? Was I just fucking was I? Nah, I wasn't. I was just adjusting. Took a while, but all of a sudden, now I'm dumping. Anything I can power from it, I swear I'm cold enough to survive the summit. Hotter than the summit, talking fire in the bucket, loving, I finally done it. Down to what he did, made him who he is. To his loyal subjects, call them his kids. Don't know if you know my names, but for my clear pick turns to the rhyme clear. Goddamn, I'm him. You are to the bars, the bread, the wines, the lines, and the set. I'm the guy in the Personal neck with the God. I bless him with flames different with ice water, bread him in pain with the God. The sun won't set on his rain. Can't just give him a nice talking. Might start walking, maybe little thunder, lightning storm, wet him with rain. If you
Thought that was like one of the most weaker tracks at first, but then like the last part, especially with all the God references, you know, the lines that I wrote, shit like that. I really love that whole part about the comparing himself to like the Jesus shit. It got really cool, especially the way he was flowing. But the beats really like, you know, like especially in the beginning, I was getting tired of it. I appreciated the Doom bar, but like the Doom reference, but besides that, the whole first part is kind of like very boring a little bit. And the beat's not really helping too much. But then, like in the end, like Wiki's carrying the whole shit, so it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm with it. Compared to some of the other tracks I've heard, this just felt like one of the weaker ones.
and they turn the eye when it's their homie. Sort of make a little phony, but what do I know? Still roll. Gray smoke, more bleach, hit more cheeks. G's pad with 216, pad, you really need to get more deep. War and peace, borders causing beef. In this world born free, what happened?
God damn, this is a fucking horrible chorus. I like the sentiment for sure, but it sounds really fucking bad. I hate it.
Tenements, Dan Rico, cold sellers left, whole house, apple mode, they gotta own. Sex
Yeah, I really fucking hate this song. The flow is so annoying to me. It's the same throughout the whole fucking song, and it's not cool. I don't like it. I don't fuck with the beat at all. I really hate the part when he's like, "Oh, geez, Pat, what you 16? You really need to get more deep. War and peace." Am I right? Borders causing beef in this world born free. What happened? Now we're paying lawyer fees. Are we all sheep standing on 4 feet? Pouring out warmth, stored heat. It engulfed me to avoid a heat stroke. Had to hit the grocery store. Keep it going. Ain't trying to get cold or too cozy though. Had to expose me. I wasn't always so knowing. No, I was so sweet. The kid had cold feet. Chicken shit poultry, yo. It's bad. This is something you cut out the fucking album.
Yo, this one's for New York. Keeping it terabyte, might eat it up and down to very height. One of the transmits that turn down the sky. Stay by the lower east, one of the upper west side. You got it twisted.
So I'm guessing that he is referencing the burbs or the fucking, you know, the streets of New York. That's cool concept.
Trying to colonize, fighting from the bougie instead of from the guys. From the people that been popularized, and popularized the place that been going to make it. Whatever that can you make homeless shit out of line. Almost feels like global warming. These out of towners don't know how to mind their own business. Put out every single mom and pop business. See me, I'm with the business. Been with the shit, been get with the business. See what you do is my business. Move, bitch, get out the way. Shit, you got your whole penthouse to play. Don't do it here, bitch. You got yourself a little crib. I said move, bitch, get out the way. Shit, you got your whole penthouse to play. Don't do it here, bitch. Veer that away. Cross the George Washington Bridge. Yeah, Lord, I made it.
This is so dope. I love this whole gentrification shit that he's talking about. But we retaliated, stay inside, ain't nowhere to hide. We'll be waiting with a pair of pliers. Take your teeth, repairing mine for every time you try to colonize. Buying from the bougie boutique instead of off from the guys, from the people that have been popularized and popularized. Place had the gall to make LA put them all inside. All they see is dollar signs. This whole shit is dope. Talking about like, oh, what about the homeless that you made? What about all this? You know, what about it? It's a perfect song from a New Yorker to everything. It's just like a great response, like to the way things happen, the way the system works, gentrification, money.
Motherfuckers is from you, so shut the fuck up.
So right after that, it goes into home. The next track is Home. So I hope that it's kind of like a love letter to New York, or I don't know. We'll see.
My behavior should have predicted us, but it's my home I'm living in, it's ridiculous. And if you can't deal with us, then pick it up. Run through the whole world, refuse to get stuck, doomed in a room like Rapunzel. Gotta let my hair out, whereabouts undercover. It could change by the day. They say home is where the heart is, but I daily departed from every place that I stayed. Don't belong on earth, maybe heaven, anything but hell again. Is that where I started at or where they sending him? Is my fate sealed? Is it definite? Or can I make an appeal, a second attempt? Is it healing me when I feel the medicine? What this ain't my residence? I don't need a home, I'm in my element. My parents, they love me, I feel the sentiment. But I'm a nomad, no pad, I ain't resting shit. I will never sit, keep pedaling. The earth is mine, the earth is yours, my hurt behind me. I walk the line till the earth is purged. My purpose served, on God is what I had to do.
I fucking love that song. It starts off kind of like if he's in the streets of New York, and I love that line of like, I'm Rapunzel, cursed to be in the room, gotta let my hair fly, my hair in the wind, whatever the fuck he said. It's really great. I love the COVID commentary on this, and then like as soon as the music kicks in, he starts talking about how like, fuck that whole home is where the heart is, like the whole world belongs to me, I'm a fucking nomad. And it no longer is like he is in the streets, or he is in that place where like he doesn't feel the wind in his hair. He's in this place where he could travel the world through his music. His music will let him do that, and that's what lets him, like as soon as it hops on, that's where that sentiment comes in. He feels strong to say it. It's a beautiful portrait.
Throwing the royal flush out, spoils plus. I had to go with the lux. You had to know we was young. My matrimony, the drugs. I'm having a hella rough. I'm married, fell out of love, but caring about the ball. Staring in the thought he was. Get tested, I feel a rush. Impression ascended up forever and hella love. We took a bus wherever the Fetty was. Subtle difference between buzz and twist to get hella drunk. Ain't saying none. Obey the hush, no time to meditate on whether stay or to run, whether to spray or duck. Bet they playing to lose, you bet we played and we won.
I love the imagery that he keeps invoking about like a game of fate. We played and we won. Bet they playing to lose, you bet we played and we won. And earlier he has this bar of like fate of luck, throwing the royal flush out. He also has this bar about whoever thought he was, get tested, I feel the rush and pressure to send it up forever and hella love. Did he lose someone to COVID? And then afterwards he was like, oh shit, I should get tested. And that's where like that rush of like life comes in, where like, oh, you're not, you don't have COVID. This is one of my favorite Earl verses that I've heard. It reminds me a lot of the Arm & Hammer one he did, and Quality Chris he's on point with this shit. Can't wait for Earl's next album.
What I'm about to come with, hit them up with. Hit they head with concussions, hit them where it hurt most. When they first coast, it'll rush them. I heard that nerves roll being drunken. Don't need them, ain't no reason for them. That's just life and what it come with.
Underestimated, on always understated, couldn't understand and couldn't fucking take it. Branded and emaciated. Stranded in the fucking basement. Ugly duckling, but still the chicken heads is cooking. That's a great beginning.
Now when I go below 14th Street, they adore me, show me love. I turn the corner, adore me with rollies. See who it be? Feel like I'm down in Philly and I'm beanie sleep. But can't lie, really feeling more like into a throne, so much cushion here. I ain't new to this, I grew in this, I used to it. Even if I'm dead and gone, still can't use the kid. Am I with Andre and Bruno? Tell you what to do with it. Probably won't have much cash saved. All I know how to do is spew shit in the game. Don't just give cash away, and I smoke a half a day. Don't got no more back pay, so no joke looking like I might go broke at this rate, but can't end up in last place, cause I'm the only. That day was affirmed when I heard Zeb Love Bax give you the gas face. understand y'all like what your hands on feel like Cameron. You could fool the world long as New York knows.
That's a cool chorus. I love the love for New York. It's very strong throughout the album, even the sound. So he got a shout out from Zev Love X, MF Doom, and that made his whole fucking life. I bet that's fucking dope. Fuck, I love when he's talking about how he smokes half a day, half an ounce. You smoke half an ounce a day? How? That's too much, bro. That's a fuckload. I don't know what to say about that. Like, goddamn. I'm sure it wouldn't be hard if you're just like smoking a blunt every fucking hour or some shit. He's talking about how like there's no more back pay, no joke. He might go broke. Goddamn. This album hopefully gets him some more money. You know, it's pretty good, obviously, so far. I'm sure it's gonna be streaming really good. And then the Navy Blue all the underground hip hop fans are gonna be like, oh, these are interesting names, and I'm sure they'll buy this record. He'll have more money to fucking smoke.
From the flow to the line, I found it hard to believe. In the streets, the love I receive is infinite. When we did it live without an instrument. See, the city don't love you like you love it. I found it hard to believe. In the streets, the love I receive is infinite. When we did it live without an instrument.
I don't know about that verse, bro. I really like it sonically. Like what he's saying, you know, he's kind of like romanticizing the past a lot. Don't live in the past, bro. You know, it's kind of like really, like, oh, back in my day, you know. He's talking about Funk Flex, I think. I don't know. Rapping, doing a freestyle. And it's like, you know, a lot of people do that shit. Does he still do them? I'm pretty sure he still does them. I'm not sure. Maybe it started like more underground and then it got mainstream and now he doesn't do them. I'm not sure what the history of Funk Flex is. But also, like, in the end, when he's saying there's not a rapper in our age that we have influenced, bro, I don't know you. I don't mean to sound like that. Like, I don't mean to sound like a dick, but I don't know you, you know. So like when you say that shit, it's like it doesn't hold any weight to me. I don't know.
You can touch them, but put a bunch together, make a record. I'd say I stayed neglected in the game, but I stayed invested. Open up the curtain, see everything the world can see. Left to me, not no unnecessaries, only necessities. The best I can keep my promise.
Again, talking about how like rap lets him see the world. It's really cool. He brings it back to New York too. There's this kind of like love-hate relationship. I think it's very cool that it's never one way, you know. It can be both.
The money making game, my niggas think we rock there, my niggas think they slime. My niggas jump to make a name and not to lead a y'all for the pride. Them assumptions just a game, I know we sleep and die. I'd rather be in front of the flame than be the one beside it. To see you leave.
Damn, I really like how Mike ended that shit. You know, it's hard to speak a lot. Some shit I really had to say, but I don't really mean or promise. It's hard to speak a lot. Some shit you just have to leave to God. I fucking love Mike. I should listen to his project, Disco or something. I forgot what it was. I forgot to mention that Wiki bar about the weed too. It's pretty telling, you know. I feel like a lot of people romanticize the life of an artist, and you know, it's like, oh, this is the real shit. Like, you know, I'm just like in some fucking different country every day, different currency. It must be really confusing and stressful. Different languages, different signs everywhere. It must fucking disorienting.
Read a book and keep it shush. How the tide so tied to a rock in the sky. Look, you can see it from Dubai all the way to Brooklyn. Sometimes it eclipse. You never talk to someone who ain't go for letterman. So anything they host let that whoever's home with letterman. Why you roll letters hoping that they let you in? You ever talk to them? Graduated from a loud package to laugh about it now. It's been long since, still some nonsense where they took it out of context. But what does it matter now? On to the next, stress in life. I got a soul, what's that all about? 50, but they ain't out to get me now. Niggas try to get in, laugh and smile. I'm established now. How? Ask the crowd. You don't see him changing out. He acting, I would rap like he working see this out. On the half, he had to have his shower, half a pound of loud. And a honey that will hold me down. At the mouth, talking me to her and her to me. Only if you worthy me and slack wolf hurting me. me, but they all have bars. What else would they learn from me? No matter what, so much cast off. Ain't no worthy breed. All of them will certainly surpass me with certainty. After everything I did, it's the journey speak. Remain the old soul like turtle speak. Stayed underground like turtle speak. The label, falling like a third degree. Churned up like butter in the bakery. I heard some when they muttered this say
Oh, Wiki is the motherfucking underdog of the season right now. This motherfucker just came out of nowhere, bro. This is the type of confidence that only comes with experience. He's just feeling himself so much right now. I love it. It's like, fucking throwing shade at the labels, shade at people that, like, never really helped him out. Like, he doesn't need them anymore. He's well established. He's got his own fucking fan base, his own people. It's just so fucking great to hear it.
Maybe I gave some love, show how hard I can spit. Plus I got the letter line on my chest. Even if it was just me that learned from the words I said. And first the shit changed. The girl, now I'm starting a career, and I guess that it was rap. And it all seems so clear after that. Aftermath, I'm here. Still here, and it don't stop. As the glow goes and the trees blow, so it's slow time. When the team gets low, if I started it, I'm finishing it, no strings attached, everything floating. We just going through the motions so far, everything coasting. Got my microphone toasting like a yellow man at the festival. Out of metal man flow.
So I think it was Kierkegaard that was like, okay, so at the end of your life, if you had kids, you're gonna kind of like regret that you had them, and you're gonna wish that you focused your life, on yourself. Correct me if I'm wrong. And if you didn't have them, you're gonna regret that you didn't have them. And it goes like that for almost everything in your life. Like, the person you marry, the place where you choose to live. Like, if you just stay where you grew up, or if you end up moving, you're gonna wish that you stayed where you grew up. Shit like that. And it's always about, like, regretting your decisions. This is a complete, like, fuck you to all that. And it's a love letter to his vocation. It's kind of like questioning it a little bit. It starts off with the premise of questioning it. Like, was this a good decision that I did? Look where my life has gotten me. But at the end, it's like, no, I love this. I love doing these shows and shit like that. Wiki's really coming hard with, like, really good songs, but they vary a lot. Like, this one sounds nothing alike as, like, Remarkable, but both are, like, really good, I think, and like, they have replayability for me that I'm just gonna, like, keep playing.
Thanks for tuning in. We should do it again soon. Shout out my good friend Amy Blue. This sound like grape soda in the summer. The heat rise. With just one gesture, wipe your hands clean and take a fresh sip out the canteen. Or that grape soda gon' clog your arteries, give you diabetes. Shit, make it hard to breathe. Leave you panting. Drink more water. Let that can be. Before you can't breathe, then you can be playing toy soldiers to playing with yourself some hand cream today. And when I wake, asked the psychic what it meant. She said the kid was straight. I'm fine, whatever I find I'll take. But I'm still in a state of mind that stayed in the city like a cabbie trying to get his last dime. Unless I was with Mom Dukes out in Sag Harbor with Aunt Patty and Aunt Dawn. I never left.
That bar, I'm proud to be New York Rican. That's fucking dope. This shit reminds me of Purple Moonlight Page's Rap Forever because of, like, the comeback that it has. It feels like a totally different artist. The sound is heavy New York too. This shit is, like, so fucking New York. I think Roof is a fucking incredible track. Remarkably, for sure, dope. Can't Do This Alone. It was kind of like, okay. I feel like there's a few tracks in here that I'm like in love with. New Truths. Like the sound, it gets too monotonous. It's like, I don't know, it's one dimensional after a while. And certain tracks, like certain flows, I just cannot fuck with, or they just get really boring. But it's kind of like heavy New York underground too, and this is how it is. This is how a lot of it is. So it's like, if you love that shit, like that's what's up. This is like fucking the album for you. But for me, it's not really like, it doesn't do it for me like that much. But there is a lot of tracks that I fucking love. I think I would give this shit like a 7.9 or like an 8. But it's still like really fucking good. Wiki's best work, I think, is in here. And I think he's been heavily influenced by the underground. You know, a lot of doom bars in here. His flows, really fucking dope. I don't know why, but I always compared him to Eminem. I never compared him to Doom, but now I'm making the connection a little bit more that way, with like the way he structures his bars, not with like his eccentricity. I would compare that more to like Danny Brown, but still, like there's a lot of like depth in here, like a lot of contemplation about age and where he's at. A lot of the time, you know, you can sense COVID looming in the background, but there's no real like specific, you know, like this is what happened, except, you know, maybe in Earl's bar when he's talking about like some deaths. It's still really great though.